often you hear this term around adaptability and people talking about it being an advantage, both at a company level and at a human level. I wonder if you could just talk with us, Heather, about why that is an advantage and the adoption, kind of mindset.
Sure. When Christopher and I were writing the book, The Adaptation Advantage, I of course reached out to people smarter and more experienced with me. That's what you do if you're wise. And one of the people I reached out to was a professor of organizational behavior at Arizona State University. And he told me that we need to understand the difference between flexibility and adaptability. And I thought his definition was so interesting. He said, flexibility is like reaching down into your toolbox to use a tool you've used before, to do a process you've done before. So it's just pivoting between two existing, skill sets and knowledge bases. Whereas adaptability is reaching down into your toolbox and pulling out the best, closest match for a tool, and then forging it in the way that you need to approach a process you've never done before. So adaptability inherently requires letting go and learning. And that's why we titled the book Let Go and Learn Fast. And we think that, with the pace of change, which has been accelerated by the pandemic, the skill gap's never going to close. And we're all going to have to focus on our ability to adapt, which is our ability to let go of old ways of doing things and forge those new tools and processes. That's why I think adaptability is such the perfect word for 2020 and 2021.
What state are we in our adaptability learning curve right now?
Oh, we're just getting started. I tracked the first 2 weeks of the pandemic, and the first 2 weeks when we went to lockdown, every university, school system that could go online went online, and nearly all did in some form or fashion. Everybody who could work from home safely did. I had worked with universities for more than a decade where they told me this faculty member will never teach online, or this course will never work online. And it's not perfect, but that shows superb adaptation. The way we pivoted supply chains towards need, whether it was ventilators, personal protective equipment, or hand sanitizers. And it was distilleries and perfumeries shifting to make those things. The way we remapped supply chains where there were hiccups all over the place. While we changed decision-making processes because we had a distributed workforce. That we adapted pedagogies for teaching online rapidly. It's pretty amazing what humans can do when pressed. So I think this was just a forced social experiment to see how adaptable we could be. Now let's take it forward when we're not forced to do it and see what we're really capable of.